If I start and drive this Volvo, I could destroy the engine in seconds. Let me explain. I bought this 2002 Volvo XC70 at WeBuyCars at an online auction. You can go check out the previous videos. I haven't driven it yet. I really want to, but there's a few things I need to check out first. Now, people buy these luxury old second-hand cars for very cheap, and then 2 days later, either the head gasket blows or the timing belt snaps and the engine's gone. So before I drive this car, there's a few things I want to inspect in order to avoid this 29,000 Rand Volvo turning into a very expensive chicken coop. The first thing I want to check is the timing belt. Now I've removed the timing belt cover. Visually inspecting it doesn't tell you too much. You can see the writing is still there. Now on some belts, after a couple of thousand kilometers, the writing wears off from the pulleys down there. So it doesn't look terribly old, like 100,000 kilometers old. I'm not sure what the intervals were on these cars. This Volvo has 235,000 kilometers on the clock, but without the service history, it's impossible to know what the condition of the belt is. Now, yes, you can inspect it, and I can see the teeth all still looks good. There's no teeth missing. I am going to rotate it a bit to inspect the rest of the belt. Another thing that's a big problem is oil contamination. Now, I once bought a second-hand Camry. The thing ran fine, and the first time my wife drove it, the cam belt snapped and she was left on the side of the road. Now, luckily valves didn't damage, but it ended up being a very massive oil leak that contaminated the belt. So oil on rubber, not a good idea. So looking at this belt, it's completely dry, but I can see an oil leak there. That could be this VVT solenoid, could be coming from somewhere else. It's here on top. You can see pools of oil there, but it hasn't gone to the belt. It might be leaking down, so the bottom of the belt could be contaminated. Now that is a very big problem. So I am going to have to clean all of this up and get the cover off and see where else there is oil. But without a service history, it's very dangerous to drive like this. It could last another 50,000 kilometers or another 5 kilometers. You just don't know. Now, I did contact Volvo South Africa this morning, and they came back to me and they said the service history for this car was only up to 60,000 kilometers with them. Only 3 services. So once it went out of warranty, they started servicing it somewhere else. Now, the rest of the car actually looks in great condition. So it does look like someone looked after the car. But something like a timing belt, you just don't want to take a chance. So I am shopping around for parts. I'm going to replace the whole timing belt kit, the pulleys, the idler, and the water pump, just to be sure. And I've never done that before, so this is a great car to learn on, and part of the reason why I bought this car. So the reason the wheel is off is the crank pulley is right there. So I'm going to stick this long extension in there. It's a 30mm. And then rotate the crank pulley to inspect the rest of the belt. The teeth actually looks very healthy. I don't see any missing teeth or cracks. And it's not super shiny on the top end. And I haven't seen oil spots yet. Okay, so I did a full rotation of the timing belt. You can see the lettering coming back around. And I didn't see any teeth missing. So let me know in the comments, would you drive this as is and wait for the belt to start making noises, or will you just replace it before you do anything? Another thing I noticed is the belt is riding on the edge here. It's not off the side, but I would have liked to see it centered. And you can see it from the writing there. It's more white on the left hand side, where it didn't touch the idler. Anyways, let me know what you think about the condition of the belt. I actually don't want to drive it at all before I clean up that oil mess and replace the belt with a new one. Hey, big boy. Okay, the next thing I want to check is the condition of the automatic transmission fluid. So I need to find that dipstick. I know it's hidden somewhere down there. And the reason for that is these Asian automatic transmissions, I know a lot of people say that's why you don't buy these cars. Now, apparently they aren't that bad if the ATF has been changed at least every 60,000 kilometers. Now, Volvo said it was a sealed unit, you never replace it, and that's a problem. So the valve bodies apparently wear or get clogged, or I'm not sure. But I will flush that at some point. I just want to get the dipstick out and taste the ATF to see if it's burnt or if it's relatively clean. Now I managed to find the little dipstick. It is quite a way down there, not too difficult to get out. It actually doesn't look that dirty, so that's a very good sign. It smells a bit spicy, but not burnt. It actually doesn't look that bad. It's a light brownish red, not black. Quite a nice smell. I'm going to say the gearbox is good. It shifts well, so I don't think this transmission is on its way out. Now, the next system I want to check is the coolant, because that is what destroys a head gasket if your car overheats. Now, at WeBuyCars, before I took it home, it's the first thing I checked. I idled the car for at least 20 minutes. It didn't get hot at all. It went up to the middle, the temperature gauge, and stayed there. Then I took it for another drive, about 10-15 minutes, and it stayed there. So I'm confident that the cooling system works efficiently. They also said it does. There is coolant in the tank. There was a warning light on the dash that says low coolant stop engine, but I think that's just a sensor. So I'm going to clean the sensor, fill up the tank, and see if that message goes away. Otherwise, I'll just replace the bottle with the sensor. So I've unplugged the coolant sensor, level sensor. I'm going to spray it with contact cleaner and plug it back in, and then fill up the tank with clean distilled water, and then see what happens to the message on the dash. So there is coolant in there, but let's just fill it up. I'm not sure where the level is. Oh, there we go. It's above max now. I'm just going to say that's good. It's actually nice that they thought of this. This flap here has a crease. So you just flap it back. There's a one little nut that holds it on. Flap it back, pinch it, and then you can access the crank pulley, which is quite cool. There's a bit of old grease and gunk that I need to clean up. Okay, let's have a look if that warning is gone. Time for service is still there. Let's just try that. Check coolant low, that's still there. Okay, so it's not a dirty sensor and it's not a low level. Could be a faulty sensor. Okay, next test, we're going to start the car and then check for pressure from the crankcase. Okay, that's not great. So we've got a PCV problem. This thing is supposed to suck in, not blow up. So that means one of the common issues with these Volvos is actually a problem with this one, and that is the PCV system, the flame box, I don't know what they call it, oil trap, but it's not a normal PCV valve. It ventilates the crankcase gases and oil down into a box there and then back into the oil sump. And when it gets clogged, it does this. It blows, and that could blow out cam seals, the rear main seal, and a whole lot of other stuff. So something I need to fix. It's not the most serious thing in the world, but it has to be done. And that means this whole fuel rail, intake, all these pipes has to come off because it sits under there, and it also means I'll need the part. So we're going to have a lot to do on this Volvo, but the first thing I want to do before I drive it is change that timing belt. No one said it's going to be easy, and what do you expect from a 29,000 Rand luxury Volvo all-wheel drive? And there's a few other things that I still need to check as well, but those are not mission critical. The main things I want to check is stuff that could end up making this thing cost 129,000 instead of only 29,000. Anyways, I hope you're going to follow the journey on how I get this thing to run the way it should and to actually enjoy it. See you next time.